Good day, learners! Are you ready to have fun with math? How do you feel today? I hope you are all okay. I am your teacher Anne, and let's make learning more fun. Before we start, here are some reminders to keep in mind. Number 1. Stay alert and focus to the video lesson. Number 2. Prepare your pen and paper for your answer sheets. Number 3. Sit back and relax as you enjoy our learning for today.
Hello, grade 9 learners! Get ready to listen in our exciting lesson for today. Go to your learning space or area for you to focus with your papers or notebook and ballpen. For today, you will be applying what you have learned about quadratic equations with our previous video lessons. Specifically, the rewriting and transforming of all algebraic equations to quadratic equations as well as the methods of solving quadratic equations. For today's topic, it is all about problem solving involving quadratic equations and rational algebraic equations. Let's start! Let's enumerate the systematic steps in solving word problems, which I suggest that this is an effective method of solving problems, especially to the beginners. We have the first, analyze the problem by reading it carefully until you understand it. On this stage, you should be able to identify the given and what is us or the unknown in the problem. Second, represent the unknown or what is us in the problem using a variable x or y. Third, write the equation using the variable for the unknown and decide what operation to use. Fourth, solve the equation formed using concepts learned and appropriate methods which are applicable. The fifth is check your answers. In short, just remember the word arrest, A for analyzation, R for representation, E for equation, S for solution, and C is for checking. Now that you know already the step-by-step procedure in solving word problem, let us now apply it to solve word or real-life problems involving quadratic equations and rational algebraic equations. So are you ready? Very good. Let's have problem number 1. If the square of a number is added to 3 times the number, the sum is 108. Find the number. Please listen attentively as I discuss to you how to solve this problem. Let us now apply RS. For the analyzation, we will just identify the given and what is us in the problem. The given is 108 as the sum of the square of a number which is added to 3 times the number. And what we are looking is the number. For our representation, we represent the unknown or what is us in the problem. We write, let x be the number. Now, let us write the equation. From the representation, substitute the x to the number. The square of a number is added to 3 times the number, the sum is 108. Therefore, the square of a number is x squared. Added to 3 times the number is plus 3x. Sum is equal, and 108 is as it is. The resulting equation is x squared plus 3x is equal to 108. After writing the equation, let's proceed with the solution. Transform the equation to the standard form by transposing 108 to the left side of the equation, which results to x squared plus 3x minus 108 is equal to 0. Then, think of the appropriate best method of solving quadratic equation that is applicable to this quadratic equation, and that is factoring. The factors are x plus 12 and x minus 9. Then, apply the zero product property. Let's equate the two factors to 0. We have the x plus 12 is equal to 0 and x minus 9 is equal to 0. With that, we have x is equal to negative 12 and the other x is equal to 9. In our solution, we have already negative 12 and 9. The next is our checking. To check, you are going to substitute the equation in the solution that we got in the original equation. And that is x squared plus 3x is equal to 108 and our first x is negative 12. X squared plus 3x is equal to 108 is our original equation. Just substitute the value of x, which is negative 12. Then, simplify. We will have 144 minus 36 is equal to 108. And it will result to 108 is equal to 108. For the other value of x, we have 9. Then, our original equation, just substitute it or the value of 9 to the original equation, which is this. 9 squared plus 3 multiplied by 9 is equal to 108. Just simplify. We will have 81 plus 27 is equal to 108, and that is 108 is equal to 108. After checking, if you see that the two sides of your equation are already equal, then the answer or the solution is correct. Okay, did you understand how the problem was solved? And that is using our method, which is arrest. I hope you can follow. Now, let's proceed to our next problem. The problem states that an amusement park wants to place a new rectangular billboard to inform visitors of their new attractions. Suppose the length of the billboard to be placed is 4 meters longer than its width and the area is 96 square meters. What will be the length and the width of the billboard? Again, let us apply the methods to solve this problem. For the analyzation, let's identify the given. Our given are length, which is 4 meters longer than the width, and area is 96 square meter. What is asked in the problem? The length and width of the billboard. Next to that is the representation. Since the unknowns are the width and the length, let x be the width and x plus 4 be the length. So let's just write that. After that is our equation. Let's write the equation from the problem. Since we all know that the formula in getting the area of a rectangle is length times width, use the representation to write the equation. We have now x plus 4 multiplied by x is equal to 96. Then, perform the indicated operation and transpose 96 to the left side of the equation that we will have x squared plus 4x minus 96 is equal to 0. For our solution, if it's already in standard form, choose the appropriate method to solve the quadratic equation. In this problem, factoring is used. That is the most appropriate. We have the factors x minus 8 and x plus 12. Then, we are going to apply the zero product property to find the value of x. Equating x minus 8 is equal to 0, we have x is equal to 8. And equating x plus 12 is equal to 0, we have x is equal to negative 12. Since we are looking for distance, we will discard the negative numbers. We will use 8 as the value of our x. Therefore, the value of our width is 8 centimeters. And the value of our length is 12 centimeters since we will add 4 to the value of the x, which is 8. After showing the solution, proceed to the checking to be sure of your answer. As usual, to check, get the original equation, then substitute your x. You have x plus 4 multiplied by x is equal to 96, which is our original equation. Just substitute the value of x, which is 8. We will have 8 plus 4 multiplied by 8 is equal to 96. Then, simplify. We will have 12 times 8 is equal to 96, which is 96 is equal to 96. Since the two sides are already equal, then the solution is correct. For our problem number 3, we have the problem. A mason helper takes 4 hours more to pave a concrete pathway than it takes the mason. The two worked together for 3 hours when the mason was called away. The helper completed the job in 2 hours. How long would it take each to do the same job working alone? As usual, we will be using our method, which is arrest. For our analyzation, let us find out the given and what is asked. For the given, we have 3 hours is the time for the helper and the mason have worked together. 2 hours is the time for the helper to complete the job, and 4 hours more as the time is spent by the helper to pave a pathway than the mason. What is asked is, how long would it take each to do the same job work alone? With that, we are ready to write our representation. For our representation, we have let x be the number of hours it takes the mason to do the job alone. And the other one is x plus 4 be the number of hours it takes the helper to do the job alone. Moreover, we need to rewrite each of the representation and express them as part of the work in 1 hour. We write them as a fraction. For the first representation, we have 1 over x, which is part of the job done by the mason in 1 hour. On the second one, we have 1 over x plus 4, which is the part of the job done by the helper in 1 hour. From that, we are going to compose or write our equation. Our equation is 3 over x plus 5 over x plus 4 is equal to 1 since the mason worked for 3 hours and the helper for 5 hours to complete the job. For our equation, how do we solve it? Of course, you need your LCD. Can you tell me what is the LCD of this equation? If your answer is x multiplied by the quantity of x plus 4, then you are correct. With our LCD, we will be using that to transform our rational equation into a quadratic equation, and that is by multiplying this LCD to the whole equation. Please look at this very well. By distributive property, we are going to multiply the LCD to each of the term inside the parentheses. Then, cancel out all the things that we can cancel. Now, after canceling out what is common, then we can get the product. We have 3 multiplied by x plus 4 plus 5x is equal to x squared plus 4x. That is after canceling out. Now, let's proceed to simplifying that equation. By distributive property, we are going to distribute. So that results to 3x plus 12 plus 5x is equal to x squared plus 4x. Combine similar terms and transpose whatever we need and just leave the right side of the equation as 0. We have x squared minus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. That is now our quadratic equation. How are we going to solve? Of course, you think of what method you are going to apply from the methods that we have. On this, we have factoring. We factor out and the factors are x minus 6 and x plus 12. Apply the zero product property. You have x minus 6 is equal to 0. You get x is equal to 6. And if you have x plus 2 is equal to 0, we have x is equal to negative 2. But we are going to disregard negative answer. We will move to the positive. If we add 4 to 6, we have 10. So that is our solution. Now, let us proceed. To check our solution, let us substitute our solution to the original equation. We have now 3 over 6 plus 5 over 6 plus 4 is equal to 1. Then, simplify the left side of the equation. 1 half plus 5 over 10 is equal to 1. Then, 1 half plus 1 half is equal to 1 until we get 1 is equal to 1. Did you understand, my dear learners? I hope you do it. With the arrest method, you will now have the courage to solve any word problems. Now, let's wrap up our lesson. In this lesson, you have learned the different ways or steps in solving any word problems, which is number 1, read the problem thoroughly and gather the necessary data. Number 2, identify the unknown quantities. Number 3, represent the unknown quantities with algebraic equations or expressions using some data. Number 4, translate the remaining data into a mathematical sentence. This is called the working equation. Number 5, determine the solution set or the roots of the quadratic equation. And number 6, check the roots with the words given in the problem. Well, that is for now. I hope you learned a lot from our lesson today. Always have the joy of learning at home. Till next time, grade 9 learners.